The dangers of sending love and light to your enemies. Disclaimer: I am pro-humanity and humbly applaud all whistleblowers, truth seekers, and humanitarian advocates. Now, question: do you send love and light to your enemies, attacking or opposing forces? Well, the following information will reveal 1. The dangerous effects of sending love and light, and 2. The reasons you have attracted your enemies. Now, the purpose of this message is to open your mind, question and analyze information instead of responding habitually. My name is Marisa Russo, and I am the founder of the Forensic Healing System. The Forensic Healing System reads energy fields to find the cause of people's circumstances and release the blocks that put them on the matrix. It is based on universal laws or the laws of energy exchange, logic, and intuition. So my 30 years of experience is based on decades of research, empirical testing, and has been examined against the laws of attraction and logic. My journey began as a result of healing myself from emotional, sexual, and physical childhood abuse. This left me with chronic physical and emotional pain in adulthood. My journey revealed deep insights into the science and laws of life. If you apply the right science, a person can change their circumstances or heal from anything. For a person to heal, the root cause of their problem needs to be uncovered. When a person becomes the right canvas for energy to enter their energetic field, the blocks are removed and their blueprint is realigned. When a person has negative energy targeted into their energy field, it makes healing and transformation difficult. It is exacerbated when the person willingly chooses not to protect themselves by opening their heart to send love and light to the attacking forces. When a person opens their heart to send love and light, this makes them vulnerable to receiving attacks and allowing dark energy to enter their energetic or auric field. This can result in accidents, bad luck, financial losses, health issues, low self-esteem, paranoia, depression, electrical items breaking, more attacks, and negativity. So the agenda on the planet. People are waking up that the fact that there is a sinister agenda running the planet and humanity is targeted with psychological warfare. To overcome these attacks, you need every ounce of energy you can muster. You need to be more powerful than your attackers. So what is law of attraction? In simplistic terms, the law of attraction means energy attracts a vibrational match of energy. Like a loving person attracts kindness, whereas a negative person will attract more negativity. It implies that you have attracted all your situations and circumstances through your energy for one reason or another. The Earth grid system. Our planet and humanity have been under a barrage of physical, spiritual, and emotional attacks that corrupt their natural blueprint. To maintain this corrupted blueprint, humanity is designed to buy into the lies and deception that keep it controlled. And one way to do this is through blocking, corrupting, manipulating the access to pure source energy. This means that information channeled from a source can be easily corrupted and cause false readings. Therefore, enhanced rational thinking, questioning, and intuitive skills are imperative to discern the truth. People are waking up, but there still exists the spiritual bypassing, false ascension matrix, and false white light practices. People mistakenly supply the negative alien agenda with energy and diminish their own energy. Service to others and service to self. The general consensus purported for personal evolution is for individuals to engage in a service to others and not a service to self mentality. There are different interpretations people adopt to fulfill service to others approach, and one of them is sending love and light to the opposing forces. Service to self. People who run a service to self agenda exploit the sympathy, trauma, emotion, or ignorances of other. They apply a force, deception, manipulation, mind control, and fraud to maintain their power. Service to self people fail to show empathy, remorse, and lack mirror neurons in the brain, which allow you to feel others' emotions. People who are disconnected and lack empathy are dangerous. They don't feel, therefore, they don't care what they do to others. This disconnected energetic state makes these people a target for spiritual pathologies. That is where more dark attachments and manipulations take place. This leads to narcissism and psychopathy. It can be a dark downward spiral from which there is no return. The people who are service to self are the opposite of empaths. Empaths deeply internalize and understand the feelings and struggles of others. This is the result of their hyperactive mirror neurons. Now, mirror neurons are brain cells that allow you to empathize with others and physically feel others' feelings. People with this level of sensitivity need to feel love and compassion for themselves before they can help another. Service to others. Service to others is described as altruism or humanitarianism. The purpose is aimed at benefiting another person, group, or the planet for humanitarian purposes. One of the most reliable and respected sources on the warfare humanity faces is Lisa Renee from Energetic Synthesis. Lisa's description of service to others is: upon firmly loving yourself and honoring your path, find methods to be of service to others that do not overstep personal boundaries of discernment. The energy exchange made between participants being of service to others amplifies and expands consciousness growth like no other method. Lisa's explanation fits the same method of rendering first aid. You must ensure that you are protected first before helping others. She also recommends sending your energy, which is love and light, to those who are of service to others, not service to self. As she quotes, it amplifies and expands consciousness growth like no other method. You cannot send love and light to people who support and send love and light to people who oppose you. It's like being in a war trying to protect those around you while supplying your enemy with ammunition to destroy you. Channelers. Many gifted people act as channels or mediums for other dimensional entities to deliver messages that assist humanity to grow. This list includes Esther Hicks, Chi Channels, a collection of entities who offer a message to choose joy. Michelle Reed channels the power of 10 entity with a message to stop choosing to suffer. Jane Roberts, who channeled Seth with a message that each individual creates their own reality. Helen Schuckman channeled A Course in Miracles with a message that everyone is God's holy child. Sheila Gillette channels Theo, who's an entity of 12 archangels with the main message that we are master creators. Lee Harris channels a collective of 88 with a message to empower and awaken people to their greater selves. Elizabeth Barron was a Christian medium who channeled St. Catherine of Siena, who had the gift of prophecy. J.Z. Knight channels Ramtha, a Lemurian warrior who fought the Atlanteans over 35,000 years ago, and Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet and Clairvoyant. Upon studying their messages in detail, I found some messages overlap and some messages contradict each other. What is the Law of One book? The Law of One, also known as the Ra material, is a series of books that were channeled by church-going Christians Carla Rickard, Don Elkins, and Jim McCarthy between 1981 and 1984. The entity they channeled refers to itself as Ra. Many people reference the law of one book, so the message needs to be examined. This is the law of one's definition of sending love and light. Ra 1522. Love, light is the enabler, the power, the energy giver. Look, I agree with this statement that sending love and light enables, gives power and energy to the recipient. It is the same concept as using universal laws. You grow what you focus on or where you direct your energy. The action of sending positive energy to something will expand and strengthen it. Question: what are you enabling, empowering, and giving when you send your attackers love and light? My Mormon church experience. My 18 years of service in the Mormon church included teaching the scriptures. I was counseled to select scriptures that would support the church's doctrine to influence my audience. Over time, I observed that the scriptures were contradictory. I could find scriptures that both supported or opposed the views I was instructed to teach. Once I left the church, I decided to be more astute with finding the truth. This led to the following 5 components that I apply to any theory that is presented to me. The first one, use logical thinking and questioning. 2, test against universal laws. 3, include intuition and gut instincts. 4, apply and test the theories. 5, remain open to others' opinions. Message for growth. People can miss growth opportunities when they are confronted with opposition and respond with love and light. They ignore the reasons for their negative attractions and compromise their energy. The following list suggests 13 reasons that negativity and opposition exists. 13 reasons for opposition and negativity. 1, there could be attacks or blocks or you're targeted. When you reveal truth, spiritually evolve, or awaken the masses for humanity's sake, then you become a target for the negative alien agenda who created the slave system. You are considered a threat to their controlled systems and inhumane agendas. The system programs others to target you while they disseminate hidden dark forces and apply black magic rituals to bind your soul. To avoid their attacks, you can play small, which will allow them to keep their power and control. Or you could use their system against them, but you need to understand the system. The first step is to create more energy and not deplete it. To survive their onslaught, maintain your energy and power by growing your energy and not depleting it through sending love and light to your attackers. When you send energy to the opposition, you open portals for your energy to be siphoned and for implants and negative thought forms to get inserted. When you're attacked, your energy is left with negative imprints, which draws more attacks to you. Disrupt the status quo. When you spiritually evolve, your energy changes and your environment, friends, peers can become uncomfortable with your changes. Your new energy can no longer coexist with the old energy, and there is a struggle to keep you from changing. This can attract opposition and negativity. Number 2, growth, expansion, mission, education. Opposition and negativity can expand your soul and provide education. Often your most difficult times can release old programming and spiritually evolve your consciousness. Your experiences become valuable information for others to grow and overcome their situation. Most solutions evolve because of an existing problem. Like overcoming pain and suffering pushes you to create a deep spiritual connection to Source. This connection can free you, which often opens spiritual gifts and may enable you to guide and help others. Your trials and tribulations become a gift to help humanity. Number 3, make changes. Opposition and negativity can be a sign from the universe to change direction. The negativity can push you to take a new path, like end a job or end a relationship, switch your career, improve your boundaries, find meaning in your life, change your belief systems. So negative situations can appear so you make the necessary changes for your evolution. Most people only change when they are uncomfortable or it becomes too painful to bear. People don't voluntarily make changes when things are comfortable and relaxed. Number 4, karma or a karmic resolution. Negativity, opposition, or attacks can occur because a person carries negative karma that needs to be resolved. The remedy to resolve negative karma is to apologize and show remorse. A remorseful person will make inner positive changes by living their best life through serving humanity. If the victim chooses to forgive and find a learning experience from the situation, then both parties have advanced humankind. It is a win-win situation. There are different levels of karma. According to Mitchell Gibson, there are different levels of karma. The one type of karma cannot be changed is called divine karma. This is where a person is unable to change their circumstances until their karmic cycle is completed. People with this type of karma have very dark souls, and it would be very tangible and evident in their energetic field. For example, Hitler, Aleister Crowley, Joseph Stalin, and many others who sell their soul to the dark side. You don't resolve your karma when you open yourself to abuse and attacks from the person with whom you are trying to make amends. This blocks spiritual progression to both parties because A, the victim stays in victim mode and does not grow or change their state, and B, the abuse sent from the victim interrupts the recipient's ability to serve humanity or shift their state due to the spiritual attacks. Nobody advances and both parties spiral downwards. Number 5, soul fragmentation. Lisa Renee describes fragmentation as the moment a person experiences extreme pain or suffering, the mind and soul fracture into pieces that get trapped in phantom pockets that are controlled by the negative entity. This can happen in multiple dimensions of existence and stations of identity that are connected with the consciousness of that spiritual energetic being. The more fragmented the being, the more disconnected and less evolved the consciousness becomes until it sinks into the most primitive layers of existence. Fragmentation may continue after the consciousness has transitioned from the body. This is the primary goal of the negative alien agenda, who attempt to enslave human consciousness by eliciting pain or terror when exiting the physical body. When a person's soul is fragmented, their life becomes fragmented. It's a universal law. If your energy is fragmented, you will attract a fragmented life and fragmented people who are negative and often abusive. Attracting negativity can be a sign that you need to heal yourself. It is paramount that you heal yourself of the dysfunctional energy and return your soul fragments. When your energy is peaceful and elevated, you become part of the solution to heal the planet. Number 6, patterns, DNA, and genetics. For the planet to shift consciousness, past and future generations need to heal their trauma. Your purpose can be to clear trauma, abuse, or attacks in yourself for your ancestors and future generations. When you heal your own DNA, you heal your lineage. To bring it to your awareness, you experience the same trauma or abuse of your ancestors. This is often more traumatic and painful due to your high level of sensitivity. Number 7, unhealed trauma. When your body contains trauma, abuse, pain, or suffering, your energy will contain the matching imprints. When you apply the law of attraction, this will cause you to attract the same dysfunctional energy to yourself or those around you. Abuse, trauma, and stress cause your soul to become compromised, which opens your energy to being vulnerable to others. When you are confronted with negativity or toxicity, it can be a sign that your negative, toxic past or past lives are not healed. Number 8, law of resonance or enabler. Sending love and light is a message of condoning and rewarding bad behavior. If you allow opposition and negativity to persist, you become an enabler for negativity to grow and lower consciousness. Enablers show their dysfunction by satisfying a codependent need with the person they enable. Enablers descend to the same level as the opposing forces when they send love and light as they open their auric field and get attacked. When an enabler compromises their energy field, this negative energy is transferred and compromise the people with whom they have relationships. Disable the opposition by setting healthy boundaries and requiring the opposition or abusive person to rise to your level and earn your love and light. Have more respect and discernment for your energy and those who you give it to. Your love and light should be given to those who show respect and genuinely love you. It's a logical equation. Law of resonance. The law of resonance, as quoted by Lisa Renee, is our life force will react to, adjust on the very stimulus or force that it is being exposed to within the body, mind, emotions, or spirit. If the force of the stimulus is stronger than the inner force, life force present, the bodies are forced to adjust in a way where a consequence of that force is perceived or experienced. If the force of stimulus is dissonant, and the consequences of that force can range from mildly unpleasant to excruciating painful. So if you send love and light to a person who has hatred toward you, then they will have a greater force than your love and light. Maintaining love and light for a person who is abusive is not sustainable. This situation works against your gut instincts, and your energy is compromised by the negative forces that enter your energy field. Question: how much enthusiasm and power do you feel when you send love to someone who intensely hates you? Number 9, interfering with free will. Free will is the ability to choose possible courses of action unimpeded. A negative or opposing person who is targeting you can contain negative karma. The more damage they inflict, the more negative karma they build for themselves. Some of these people are so compromised they are unchangeable. Free will exists so people can reveal who they are. Each choice and action has a universal consequence. You also have the free will to be the recipient of opposition and negativity. If you allow others to damage you, then you build negative karma on yourself. When you send a person love and light with the intention to stop their negativity, you interfere with their karma. This is referred to as false white light, as you are diminishing your energy while trying to be their savior. Instead, your focus should be on your accountability for attracting the situation. Change, find the message, and protect yourself from the situation. Safeguards exist in the energy or healing arena so that the practitioner does not interfere with the person's karma. The correct protocol before commencing a healing is for the practitioner or healer to confirm they have permission to treat someone. The confirmation infers that the healing, which in essence is sending love and light, can be administered and is for the person's highest good. This safeguards the practitioner attempting to change or remove something that is karmically present, which if they do, attracts a consequences if not respected. So quote from the Law of One book, Ra 21:17. There dwell within the Confederation planetary entities from their planetary spheres do nothing but send love and light as pure streamings to those who call. So Ra is saying that they only send love and light to those who ask. Now, question. Are your enemies asking you to send them love and light? Don't interfere with karma. I've witnessed many shocking outcomes, even death, from healers who bypass this step. They receive a clear answer not to proceed with the healing but continue and attempt to remove karmic blocks for another person. This same rule applies when sending love and light to heal or change a person who has not given permission. You interfere with their karma. Please note, not all outcomes are detrimental when people send love and light, as not all people's difficulties are caused by negative karma. So number 10, implant corrupted matrix false karma crucifixion implants. Vulnerability or compromised emotional, physical, or spiritual states create a framework for implants to attach. Examples of implants. Religions and imposters, spiritual leaders embed implants through their rituals and black magic coding, thought forms, energy waves, and ceremonies. Implants can remain on a person's soul for many lifetimes. For example, the 666 seal implant resides in a person's auric field, so they recycle back to earth, forget who they are and where they came from. Crucifixion implants, also known as J seals, are important structures generated from religions and false spiritual leaders through many forms of rituals such as baptisms, ceremonies, confessions, anointings, certificates, pledges, global and cultural consciousness, and programming. Crucifixion implants create a false unconscious or conscious belief that your suffering gives you value and helps humanity through your service of suffering. It is so firmly embedded in the psyche that you cannot see it exists, which causes people to defend their sacrificial and suffering position. False white light or false Christ consciousness. False white light or false Christ consciousness is a socially engineered counterfeit Christ or false Christ story. According to Lisa Renee, it is the storyline used to accept the crucifixion, martyrdom, and blood sacrifice of another human being, Jesus Christ, as God's will. It creates a martyr complex through the holographic inserts and technology. Lisa explains that these crucifixion implants are tangible control structures placed in the seventh dimensional logos, and therefore it is in our individual bodies, in the seventh chakra, its complex meridians, and the entire left side, which is the female side of our bodies. We are not aware of these implants until we open the seventh seal, which is the crown chakra, and start connecting this part of our seventh layer light body to our personal consciousness field. The world's #1 best-selling book is the Bible. The most worshipped hero is the false archetype of Christ, depicted as the tortured martyr. This has created a false archetype and role model to enslave humans. In other words, your worth and value comes from your willingness to suffer for the greatest good. Society and the media give praise and honor to the sacrificial, selfless acts of people who suffer in their service to help another. This creates a distorted reality and negative unconscious belief system that you must suffer to be worthy. It is a great recruitment tactic when enlisting soldiers to fight wars. Removing the implants diminishes a sense of guilt and sacrificial lifestyle as it shifts the consciousness of the person. Number 11, you play the role of rescuer or sacrificer. The rescuer or sacrificer will attract people to save and rescue. If you have little regard or value for your energy, then the people you rescue will be dangerous or take advantage. Sending love and light to a person who intensely opposes you will not affect them. Their intense opposition closes their heart and receptivity. They don't feel empathy or your love and light. The energy you send them will be utilized in their imbalanced lower 3 survival ego chakras, which relate to greed, anger, fear, and aggression. So in essence, you are supplying fuel so they can continue their attacks. When you send love and light from your heart center, you open your energy field to connect with the person you are directing it to. This leaves your energy open to receive their attacks, manipulations, and distraction. The message to humanity is that there is no outside savior. We save ourselves. We are responsible for our life choices and attractions. Every attraction begins with an energetic imprint in ourselves, so the answer always lies within, not outside of ourselves. Question: what purpose does it serve trying to save a person at your cost who does not want to be saved? Number 12, your weaknesses need strengthening. Wherever your weakness lies, it will be the first area that is targeted when your energy is compromised. Your weaknesses include emotional, physical, spiritual aspects. A common weakness is not having healthy boundaries, so the lines are blurred for others to cross. Another weakness might be ignoring your intuition or gut instincts. Ian Lungold was a pioneer of the translation of the Mayan calendar who lectured on the cycle of changes occurring on our planet. Before his passing in 2005, his main message for humanity was to develop and use intuition and discernment. He made predictions that there would be so much confusion and information that the only reliable guidance system to discern the truth would be your intuition or your personal GPS. When you use your discernment and intuition on where to direct your energy, the decision should feel peaceful and calm. When you choose to send love and light to the dark side, you engage in a spiritual battle. They want to destroy you and you want them to change. You are fighting the righteous fight and nobody wins. Don't let anything disturb your mission, your freedom, or advancing humanity. Require people to step up to your level and not the reverse. Question: do you feel calm and peaceful when you connect with your opposer or attacker? Number 13, agreements, contracts, debts, false karma. Opposition and negativity can come from past life debts, contracts, false karma, and agreements. Until these connections are cancelled and removed, you will attract suffering and hardship to satisfy the contract, debt, or agreement. For instance, Christians hold a debt to Christ, which require them to pay through their own suffering and service. Debts also come from having to pay for something you have done rightly or wrongly. If you have been threatened with the words that you will have to pay for what you've done, then the universe is sending you a message. It is revealing that your suffering or hardship is coming from a contract or debt that you are still paying off. If you have unjustified attacks and abuse, this could be the reason for them. The clues show up, especially if your attacker believes that you owe them or you are the blame for their problems. The good news is that if you have the intention to help others and send love and light, then you have just identified yourself as a positive force. As an energy healer, I have spent decades evolving myself to be a clear conduit for energy, which has heightened my sensitivity. I know there are many other sensitive souls helping to heal the planet who get extremely affected by negative energy and confused about what to do. My work involves healing workshops for women. Many of the participants have been severely abused in childhood and conditioned to feel worthless. They move on to have families where they serve their husbands and children tirelessly. Often this is done with little appreciation, and some admit they are disrespected and treated badly. Many of these women have given up pursuing a career and live devotedly to their family, friends, and community. It goes without saying that the women in the worst emotional, physical, and spiritual states are those who have put themselves last on that list. If I recommended that these exhausted, selfless women should give more love and light to the negativity they encounter, I would be diminishing their soul's growth and causing more harm to them. One of my students was married for years to a very disrespectful husband. I distinctly recall trying to help her be more loving to herself, set boundaries, and require more self respect. Unfortunately, she couldn't get beyond the idea of being loyal to her abuser. She believed that sending love and light might change him. 3 months after she attended my workshop, the newspapers shockingly reported that her husband killed her by suffocating her with a pillow. My workshops consist of women who overgive their love to others. Suggesting to them to send more love and light to their abuser or opposition is not the answer to their suffering. The answer is to stop sending their love and light to the wrong source. I counsel them to disconnect from the negativity and send the love to themselves. A question to pose to yourself on where to send your energy could be, does this help me help humanity? Humanity needs you to care more about yourself and not compromise your energy or your mission. You need to see your immeasurable value. Send your love, energy, and compassion to yourself and those who support you. Find the meaning in all of your attractions. Build your protection and require those who are against you to step up to your level and earn your love, or completely disconnect from their abuse. This will filter out those who sincerely want to change or those who want revenge. The planet can only free itself to the degree that we individually and collectively raise our vibration and release ourselves from the opposing forces. I wish you well on your journey of navigating a seemingly complex world. When you break it down into energy, you will find simplicity and clarity to your questions. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. I am interested in what your thoughts are on this topic, so please comment in this section below.